So you walk into a tavern. This is the most classic way to start any D&D campaign. And it doesn't have to be generic or boring. It can be a lot of fun to start our games at the tavern. But what does that tavern look like? Is it an inn or is it a tavern? And what's the difference between the two? Who are the people that work there? The barkeep, the waitresses, the staff, the patrons. All of these things can really add to the flavor of the inn or tavern. So today we're going to take a look at a book from the DM's Guild that's going to help us create some of the most unique and engaging and fun taverns around. Let's get into it. Hello everybody, I'm Joe and this is the DM Toolbox, your go-to place to get all the tools you need to enhance your D&D games. Before we get started today, a quick reminder that I do have another giveaway coming when we hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to be giving away some books from Nord Games. That's going to include Spectacular Settlements and maybe a few other extras. So make sure you are subscribing and liking these videos so that you get notified when that giveaway is happening. So it should be pretty soon, but we're going to do the actual giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. So sub to the channel. Make sure you like this video if you're enjoying the content I'm putting out, and I'll keep on bringing you more good stuff. Also, make sure you're following me over on Twitter at toolbox_DM. Okay. All that good stuff said, let's talk about our main topic, inns and taverns. So what's the difference between the two? What qualifies as an inn, what qualifies as a tavern? What are the people that are there, that are working there? What's the flavor of the place? What does it look like? What's the menu, right? These are all great questions because a tavern, whether it's how we're starting our game or whether it's a place our players are going to rest and unwind after an adventure or to find some new work, taverns and inns are a huge part of our D&D games. So let's make them fun and interesting. So there is a book from a group known as Sign of the Dragon on DM's Guild. They are an Italian group that has been putting out some really, really good material. And I suggest you check it all out. And I will probably do some more reviews on some of their stuff in the future. But this particular book just kind of struck me as one of my favorites of theirs. I've been seeing it pop up on Facebook a lot in some of the groups. But it is such a useful book because it's an engine, right? If you look back at my review of Spectacular Settlements, the book I'm doing a giveaway on, that book is an engine, right? We have tables and dice and we roll and we come up with some really cool, unique stuff for cities and towns and whatnot. Well, this is a very similar idea, but just for our taverns and inns. So let me pull this book up for you guys here and let's take a look. So here it is. Here's the PDF. And like I said, you can get this over on DM's Guild. I'll put a link in the description for that. But let's take a look at this thing because it is super cool. So what it does, gives us a little bit of an overview here. We have our table of contents and you'll notice some great art. I also see this guy right here. That looks like a Kender to me. We got Dragonlance stuff coming out. This guy seems kind of Kender-esque to me. So I kind of like that. And there is some great art in this book, by the way, that we're going to look at. It talks first off about, like I said, the difference between a tavern and an inn, and then, the sizes. We have greater, normal, lesser. We've got tables here already for tavern or inn's height, like how many stories is it? Does it have basement, things like that. So we have one for the greater, one for the medium, one for the lesser. We've got things like illumination. Is it in good condition, bad condition? Is it loud on the inside? Is it well lit? What are some special features that it might have? Does it have balconies? Does it have a private area? Are there trophies? Is there a stage? This is all cool stuff. And I'm loving this special feature thing too, because I've been 3D printing a lot of terrain from a group called Milestone Heroes. It's a patron that has amazing 3D printable terrain. And in fact, I have some right here. And it even I got this one right here it's probably hard to see with the virtual background, but it's actually raised up because this is a stage piece. So, I've got pillars and I've got basement stuff, cellar stuff, and I've got all this stuff that I could literally roll up a tavern or an inn in this book and create it with my terrain, which I absolutely love. So you can see, we have got our hunting trophies. We've got gambling, what type of gambling is about there. The people, all sorts of really cool stuff. And again, I want you to pay attention to this art because they definitely did not spare any expense in art. And art does not make the writing of a book any better, but it does make the book more appealing, more catchy. And I love seeing good art because it means that the people making the book really care about the quality and the appearance of their book. And this book definitely has great art. Again, some more stuff here, special environments and trophies, things like that. Now we get into the staff, who are the people and things like that, the owners, all sorts of cool tables. Love this piece of art. Absolutely love this. Favorite piece of art in this whole book. If you are a Kevin Smith fan, if you know who Jay and Silent Bob are, this is definitely Jay and Silent Bob. No doubt in my mind. They did this on purpose. Extra points for this. Awesome job. Love, love, love this. We've got events here, right? Politics, war patrols. I mean, all sorts of cool stuff. Animals. It's just an engine. We just go through and roll dice. That's all this book really is. We've got brawls, right? We'd love to have a good tavern brawl. Let's throw in complications. I love complications on things like, escaping a collapsing building, having complication tables. Any chases, right? When we have a chase scene, I think in the DM's guide, there's a complication table for that. So these complication tables definitely add a lot of cool flavor to events. We've got a crowd. We've got all sorts of stuff here. Here's our chase complications, right? We talk about chases in here. It's not a huge book. The whole book is only 23 pages. It does give us an example here. So we've got the Blade and Stars Inn, and they basically went through, they rolled everything up, and this is what they came up with: was here's an inn, here's a tavern, and they gave us some information on it. So they gave us 2 examples. Not a huge book, but a ton of useful stuff. I love things like this that are an engine to create something to help drive my creativity, because as I roll this stuff, and this is one of the most beautiful things you can get when you roll on tables is you get contradictions. It's a huge place, but it's super run down. Well, how do they afford a huge place, but it's all run down? You would think that a big place is probably going to be a nicer inn, but this one's not. Why? So you can start to build story ideas off of these rolls. When you roll up your innkeep, whatever stuff you get, you might start to generate some ideas about that person's backstory just from those dice rolls. So I'm a big fan of randomizing stuff like this. It's hard to do like random encounters, in my opinion. Like if I'm going to do random encounters, I usually roll them up before the game. And then, I can get them prepared and stuff, so I don't have to slow down in the game. I can have my minis ready. I can have my stat blocks ready to go, stuff like that. But when I'm creating a place, I love random rolling because, one, I don't have to do it on the spot. I can do this work ahead of time, and I can come up with these really cool, unique, creative ideas. And they're different every time. So fantastic book. I think it's a great complement to Spectacular Settlements, in fact. So if you have Spectacular Settlements, you're going to have an inn or tavern in these settlements anyways, but that book doesn't quite go into as much detail about that specific location as this does. So you can, build off of that. So this is a very good complement to it, in my opinion. So definitely check out this book. Again, it's called So You Walk Into A Tavern. And it is available on the DM's Guild. I will put the link in the description. It's from a group known as Sign of the Dragon. Here's their logo kind of behind me here. But yeah, definitely worth checking out. I highly, highly recommend it. I definitely enjoy this. I've already rolled up a couple of things with it for my upcoming game, and I think it's going to be fantastic. So let me know in the comments below what you think of this book, if you've used this book. And if not, tell me about one of your taverns. I'd be curious. Maybe you can give me some ideas. I can steal some of your ideas from my game. Tell me about a tavern you created. What's it called? What's the name? What makes it unique and fun? Tell me in the comments below. That'd be awesome. All right. That's it for now, guys. And until next time, roll those dice.